Welcome to the Raising Smart Kids podcast. I'm your host, Yong, and each week we'll explore ways in which the arts can help you raise a smarter kid. I'll be sharing ways the arts can propel your child's learning and interviewing top artists, educators, and entrepreneurs. These guests will share why the arts are so very important to your child, along with actionable ideas you can easily implement into your already busy schedule. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast here on iTunes and share us with a friend. For extra tips on raising smart kids, head on over to artsmartparenting.com and click on the Live tab. Hello, Art Smart parents, and welcome back to the Raising Smart Kids 2.0 podcast. This is episode number 78, and I am your guide on this amazing adventure into parenting, and welcome. I am coming to you live today from the banks of the Mississippi River. We are starting day number 7 of our 2-week travel adventure across the country. I've been attending a conference here with one of my mentors, Misty Lown, of More Than Just Great Dancing, and it has been really an incredible 2 days of learning, laughter, and really coming together to support other members who are running their own dance and music studios across the world and really coming together to share their stories and share their successes and learn from each other. So I just wanted to make a quick video today and talk about some life lessons I've learned about being here on the Mississippi River, as well as life lessons from 7 days on the road with my kids and my mom. This is the second annual trip we've taken across country, or I guess not really across country, but second annual road trip we've taken to come to member rally. We went to Colorado Springs last summer, and it was a much shorter 12-hour drive. We actually came across 23 hours driving from Nevada across all the way to La Crosse, Wisconsin, where I'm standing right now. The whole theme of the conference was reading the river. And the river, the Mississippi, really became the analogy for life and business. And sometimes the river is calm. Sometimes the river is raging, and sometimes the river is just kind of lazily floating downstream. And really, if you think about it, it's really a metaphor for all of life as we travel through our own personal journeys and bring our kids up in this world as well. Every day seems like a different kind of river. Some days are those floating, lazy, inner tube kind of days. Some days the waves are crashing and hitting the beach and hitting the rocks, and it gets very turbulent. And really, if you think about it, just a metaphor for life in general. And it's been fascinating because I never really thought about parenting or life like a river. But now that I have learned this from my mentor, I have to say that it's something that I'm going to carry forward with me because it really has such impact and such meaning, and just the idea of the river and the flow and the ebb and flow of what the rivers do really is just so significant for me now. And so I will forever be carrying that along with me. So we are heading out today on day number 7 in the car with 4 of us cross country, and we're actually heading to Minneapolis, Minnesota, or Bloomington, I guess, to go to the Mall of America. It's been about 20 years since I've been to the Mall of America, and I was an adult when I went there, and I was in awe at this huge space that had been created by creative people who really had the insight to build something in the middle of the country that was so big and so, I guess, to be enjoyed by lots and lots of people. I know last time I was there, it seems like there was a water park in the indoors of the Mall of America, and I'm excited to take my kids back and see this sort of marvel of the U.S. And if there's anything that I've learned in 7 days of driving across country with my kids, it's that, we all need space and we all need time. And when we're traveling together in a car, that sometimes gets a little tricky. So I've been learning slowly, I have to admit, that there's a lot of patience that's required to drive across the country and spend that much time in a confined space with anybody, not just yourself. So I've learned that I need to be more patient with my kids, and I learned that I need to bite my tongue sometimes. And as a parent, it's sometimes so easy to just react to everything that's around us. So if I've learned anything about being here on the river, it's that I just need to sort of ebb and flow and not let the circumstances around me dictate how I feel or how I'm going to react to somebody. I have to own those choices and how I react, and I really just need to take some time and take a breath. And I encourage all of you to take a breath and think about life as the river and your kids on this adventure with you. If you imagine your kids and your family on an inner tube going down the river, and just carry that through life. Sometimes it gets really exciting and really super fun. Sometimes it gets a little scary and you're not sure what's around the corner. But if you think about life in terms of this float down the river, it really, for me, has just changed my perspective on, and it's just been a subtle shift. It hasn't been like a dramatic change, but just the subtlety of the river and the nuances of what that journey is like, is something that I think we as parents can carry on every day of our life and just take a moment to reflect on that. Several episodes ago, I think I shared with you another sort of eye-opening event where we just need to take time for ourselves and honor ourselves and be true to who we are, and so we can show up the best way to those around us. And whether that's people at work, whether that's our spouses or our significant others, and for our kids. We have to still take this time, even though we're busy and we don't think there's time for us. Being able to step away, like I've stepped away from my kids. They're actually up on the beach. They're playing an outdoor Jenga game, so they're quite entertained. So if there's one thing I've learned, it's like you have to just be able to find those little things, find those moments that you can be thankful for, find those moments of joy, and find those moments of stillness and ease and flow. A couple weeks ago, we talked about getting into a flow state. When you're creative and doing something that's meaningful for you, you can enter into this state of flow where it seems like you're in the vacuum of time. Time just really melts away and you're so involved in what you're doing and everything becomes easy. So as parents, I think we need to aim for this state of flow. And I will be the first to admit that it's challenging. It's very challenging, especially, like I said, as we're driving across the country. We're heading up again to Mall of America today, and I think our destination tonight will be Fargo, North Dakota. So I'm going to sign off so I can hop in the car and spend the next couple hours talking to my kids and maybe letting them sleep so I can enjoy my own moment of flow where I can process the thoughts and the ideas that I've learned here at this amazing conference. Think about the success stories of the people who are in the same business, having the same challenges I do, and really being inspired by what they've overcome. So I'm going to sign off now with the art of flow, the art of being like a river, if you will, as I spend my final moments and show you here the beautiful banks of the Mississippi. And I will catch you again next week, my friends. I wish you a wonderful week, and I look forward to sharing the next week of adventures with you as we wrap up our cross-country trip and head back to Nevada. I will chat with you soon. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in to the Raising Smart Kids 2.0 podcast. To really accelerate your ability to unleash your child's superpowers and raise smarter kids through the arts, we're creating loads of new resources, ways to connect, and ways to celebrate your successes. You can join our free Facebook community by visiting theartsmart.com. smsmartparent.com or just search up Raising Smart Kids 2.0 on Facebook. I look forward to seeing you inside our community.